Hi, welcome to my chess channel on YouTube. Thank you for visiting. Here is a game that I played last night, the round 3 game of the club chess, the Canterbury Club Chess Championships. I'm not playing like anything like that. A grade, round 3, here we go. Now I'm playing FIDE master Stephen Lukey, who is basically the club champion, specifically and especially for this type of format, which is 75 minutes plus 30 seconds increments per move. So 75 minutes each plus 30-second increments. This is round 3, and here we go without further ado. So I was expecting e6, but Stephen played c5. Now I could play probably more my style b4, but I've actually played this against him when I played a simultaneous display, and he did beat me in that, and he got $100 for it. So here we go, knight c3, and that was some years ago. Knight c3, knight c6, d3. I'm not actually happy with this move here. d3, I'm not sure about it, but it's what I played. That's what chess is like. f4, fair enough. So close to ceiling. Now knight f3, d6, and here Stephen thinks I should play g3, and that sort of thing, which is probably more my style. And also he was suggesting here or later bishop e3. What I found with my opponent was a very professional conduct, and I was very impressed. Bishop e2, so I'll just play a bit lamely. I play this in recognition of one of our New Zealand champion players. There's a lot of them that played this against International Master of Chess, who was the forever New Zealand chess champion. Knight d4, which I'm not very good at these sorts of games. I need to be fast, otherwise. And like I only used about 20 minutes the whole game, compared to Stephen was more like 7 minutes left on his clock, but increments of half a minute left. So b5. So this is a wee bit annoying actually. Okay, I have to have this coming up all the time, and I don't know why it is, so I'll just try to take my my screen thing down. I can't, so I'll just keep carrying on. So we got knight d4 and b5, so I take. Here I probably should play just bishop e3, although it's not great. Actually, I don't like that at all for white because of b4, and then I might be able to get away with something here, but I don't like it. b4 happens, of course. Now, of course, I can't go knight here, as a friend of mine suggested today, because if I do, black would merely play bishop back to g7 or so forth, and hereby threaten a6, which is a bit sort of nasty for white. So anyway, knight d5. Here I thought post game knight b1 was better, and trying to play a bit a la Petrosian, not that I can play like Petrosian, where I move this knight to d2, and then I'm looking at the square c4 for my knight, maybe better, but I don't play that. I play knight d5. And here comes e6, fair enough, and buffs, not buffing the bishop, but buffing my knight away. Move it or lose it. a3. Now, I was happy with this move, but Stephen didn't think it was very good. So, I'm actually threatening something here. What am I threatening? Okay, what am I threatening? So, I'm threatening pawn takes pawn, and then c3. And Stephen would not be able to play with the c pawn now on b4, bc3, as queen a4 check picks up this bishop here on d4. So that's what I'm threatening. So he castles. Threat over. cb4, ab4, and he said, well, why'd you do that? Well, kind of because I just felt like doing it. I don't know. It's what I was playing like. Knight here. Now this knight has was basically the problem for me in this game. I moved it quite a lot. So here it wombles again. Now here Stephen suggested knight e3, I believe, and he thinks that it's better than what I played. So I give Stephen an Isolani, but the thing is that this would keep my my position sort of like this kind of thing, which he thinks is better than what I played. I'm not saying it's better for me, I'm just saying he believes it's better than what I played. But I'm just, you know, like, I'm getting old, and I just, you know, I'm just getting old, and just I don't seem to be able to play match games all that well. I don't think I ever really have, really. I tend to really play really good lightning chess. That's where I shine. But otherwise, so I play this knight again, see. And bishop e6, now I have to move it to e5. Because it's obviously white's just going to be threatened with chop and getting only a rook for my two pieces. So 95, and I'm feeling kind of like this is going okay, but I have to be very careful. Now Stephen plays quite a reasonably good move. He plays queen b6 now, and now this cuts off retreats for the bishop, for the knight on e5. This knight on e5 is possibly being threatened with f6, and oops. No, cancel. f6, and after knight here, h5. Okay, again, it keeps wanting to do that, doesn't it? And then after f6, h5, and my knight is short of moves because the knight cannot retreat to here from g4 or here, so it would have to go to h6, and then white ends up losing material, which is something you do not want to have happen with such a player as Stephen Lukey, FIDE Master. So here we go, queen e2. Because I saw this, I went queen e2. Because I see if f6, then I can just play knight d7 if I so wish. But I still have to be very careful. So here Stephen played rook c8. Fair enough. Just now I can't obviously develop this bishop, even if I want to, because of rook takes pawn, which is looking quite sad for white. So play knight d7. So this is what I intended to play, and I thought, why not Now's a good time, if any. And now I'm, of course, threatening the bishop on d7, so Stephen moves it to f6, and I mean to e6. And I think he said to me, I'm thinking I'm correct here, he says I'm threatening here, which I probably agree with, rook c7 winning the queen, or f6 winning the queen. He said something like f6 threatens to win the queen. So this is what he's doing. But I said to him, well, no, it doesn't really, because I can play rook e1. See? So, but if I don't get to play rook e1, then f6 and rook c7 is final for my queen. But I get rook e1 in first. f5. So here I thought this was quite good, and if Stephen takes with the pawn here, then obviously his pawns aren't the greatest in the world. And I sort of like my kind of chances here, but I don't think there's anything in it. But Stephen played bishop f5. I played the obvious move, of course, bishop d5. And now Stephen does not play rook c2 because of the following, I believe. I might be incorrect. Probably just new variation. Probably just this and this alone. There are other ideas that I could play here as this. But this isn't so good because black has bishop e6, bishop e6, queen e6, queen e6, what else? F e6, rook f8, king f8, bishop h6 check, whoop-de-doo, white's a pawn down or two at least. So here I played bishop h6. Did I? No, I didn't. No, that's if he plays that. So I played bishop d5, queen c5, very, very sensible. Stephen spent quite a bit of time at this point and juncture. Now I thought I could play g4 or something here. I hallucinated, but I can't because I lose my. But I can play g4, but I can't play it, of course. I thought, oh, that's what I thought. I thought, oh, can't I just take the pawn? Why don't I take the pawn? Duh. Yes, okay. If I take the pawn, of course, everyone can see that rook takes bishop. Okay. Rook takes bishop is pretty final. Bishop b3. Now Stephen thought my position was not too bad considering my development is poor with my queen's bishop. Rook e5. Stephen was not happy with this move. I played bishop h6 here. I'm actually I've just looked at this game, and I actually think that this move's quite good because now where does Stephen go with his rook? He has to sort of go back to e8 with this rook, or to e2. If he goes to e2, I can just play bishop d6, and then I can take this. And notice that if black takes my b pawn with the bishop, I just take the rook pawn with my rook, and it's pretty sort of like drawish. And I thought I was going to draw this, or even maybe win. So here comes this rook fe8, which all of a sudden I'm starting to go, ouch. because I want to defend my back rank, basically, and it's not very easy to do so. I go bishop f7. Now Stephen was saying this is tantamount to resignation or suicide. Here I'm lost. So what did I do? I played a really stupid. I thought this was a sensible move because I thought, well, I'll get down to a rook and nothing, a couple of pawns maybe, and nothing else. I'll get down to a rook and pawn, rook versus a rook and bishop. So you know what I did, don't you? I went bishop c3. Now I should just play bishop d6, and then I just thought of this before when I was doing this, and there's no real. I was sort of worried about things like rook takes h2 check and bishop. I don't even know what I'm thinking. So yeah, I'm just getting old, just no good at it anymore. So I should just play bishop d6, and with the idea of bishop here, if I so wish, and I can snuggle this position reasonably well, but I probably just went berserk mode, but not 30 seconds. Play bishop c3, and the resulting moves are the following. Excuse me, sorry. Bishop c3, rook a7, king, rook f5. I play really poorly in here, and I've got plenty of time. Well, I've got 20 minutes, 17 minutes, something like that. h4, he just takes my pawn. And then I resign because my intended idea of rook h6 and grabbing the h pawn is flawed by king g3. There's no stalemates. I've still got this d pawn. There's no stalemates, and not that there are anyway. That's the end of my session. I hope you didn't enjoy it. And so, anyway, thank you very much. Well done to Stephen Lukey, FIDE Master, of course. Well done to him, because he is a very, very good opponent. Very, very good player. We can't win them all, can we? Or we can't even draw them all. We can't draw many, can we? I keep sort of like stuffing it up, dropping the gauntlet, whatever I do. Thank you very much for watching my YouTube chess channel. I appreciate it. Sorry for all the screen resolution faults.